Off you go, please.
Hello, I'm Mary Clipstone. This is my pitch proposal for my final project called Dreaming Cat. My concept for my FMP will be based on a game. Will be in the style of obviously a jumping platform, and for people to access my game, it will be accessible through Skira Arcade, which I will be able to upload because it is compatible with the game software that I will use to develop and make my game, which is called Construct. The story for my game is that you play as a monster cat, which is this little monster cat with one eye and a big toothy grin and like a long tongue, who is called Stewie. And he has these dreams that are based on his adventures and through his imagination. And somehow one day he goes to sleep and he has this dream about this adventure platform, but something goes wrong when in the process of him going to sleep and dreaming, where it becomes a loop through 3 different levels. And to get through the levels, Stewie has to solve out puzzles in order to escape different levels to wake up and no longer be stuck in an entire dream loop. My target audience for my FMP will be, so the class for my audience will be anyone from the class A to E, so it's ranged for anyone. The age for my audience will be any range, depending if they are old enough to play the game or have access to play the game on the internet. The target gender for my game is any gender, so male to female, any male, female, any gender basically can play my game. The ethnicity, I don't know how to say that word, the target, social stuff is based, is anyone, so anyone can play my game, it's not really targeted. Also the target for the interests of, like, the general interests of the target for my target audience, it will be people who have interests in platform games, so the games that start in platform jumping, that go from level to level, and whereas, like, for someone who likes PvP, that game will be for them. So, here is my questionnaire I did on Socrative to get different results from 3 different people about what type of games they enjoyed, what genre, platform, what type of character they would like, the style of music, and if they play games regularly, if they enjoy playing games, if they don't, that type of question. The roles and responsibility for my development of my game, for my FMP obviously, will be character designer, so designing and creating the characters and the platforms for my game and all the little aspects in the game like plants, background, enemies, and items. Also the game developer, this role is designing the level and creating the game, like the coding and the rules and basics of the game, so like the platform, the way the character works, the sound for the character and everything. And also to do this role you have to have knowledge on how to create a game on the software and have the responsibility to know that it works properly and how to code and everything. And also animator, so to animate the character and little enemies and sprites in the game. And the responsibility of that role would be able to know how to animate on a software designed for the game developing software. My influences and styles for my platform game, I have been influenced by Nintendo's style in their games. So the characters in platform games such as Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, the cartoony kind of pixelated style that they portray in their platform games, which is typically known for platformers, is Mario obviously, and like the 8-bit kind of pixelated style they go for. It's kind of cartoony, it's well known, it's easy to get an understanding of the character and how it looks and works and moves. I've also been influenced by obviously the 8-bit graphics style, majority of 8-bit pixelated games from the 1980s arcade games as well, their type of pixelated style they used to do on their arcade games, like you would get when you go to an arcade. I've also been influenced by the game Shovel Knight and how the levels merge perfectly with the character and how it fits the theme and everything, that the character and how each level has a different progression, how it fits with the game. My experimentation obviously will be to experiment animating the characters, so how I can do different animations to make it seem like the character is moving or alive, and how I can make an illusion that the character is moving, and different types of animations I can use on enemies or different objects in the game you need to get for like the quiz side of the game, the platformer, and also the experimentation of character design as well, how to make like a character and the design of the level itself that fits in with the theme of my game, which is like cheerful and bright, like kind of the colour theme and how all the characters and different things will merge and fit the game itself. My approach when planning, I decide, from my plan production obviously, I'll work on different aspects of our platform games or different weeks in the production plan. So like from the March 25th to 29th will be my idea generation and mood board for my theme, my chosen theme for my FMP, which obviously is game. April the 1st to the 5th, which is my course, my development and my creating my pitch proposal for today. And April the 8th to the 12th will be character design and level design, so drawing characters and different parts in the game to get an idea of what style I'm really going for to fit the theme which I'm going for. April and May, so for April 15th to whenever in May, we'll be producing and developing my game level, so coding and constructing my game on Construct, which I will be able to access through school and also at home. So it's an easy game software which I know very well. For my equipment for my FMP, I will need a computer to design the characters, to make sure I have access to a game software so that I can develop the game and code it and everything, and also to save files and make sure my work doesn't get lost or anything as well. I'll need access to the internet to access different, the Skill Arcade website when uploading my game, and also to look up inspiration for characters and level designs, and also for access for my Wix as well. I'll need a game creating software also, which I can use on the internet. I think on the internet from Construct 3, and at school I can use it as well for Construct as well, which I can access at the school and at home. And also I need a drawing software, so like a pixel drawing software which allows me to animate and draw characters to a certain size box that will fit into my game. Any questions?
How long is your game going to be?
Well, my game is going to consist of 3 levels, and to get through each level there will be questions, puzzles which you have to solve, and you have to talk different, you have to get different items and talk to some characters in one level. I think second level to get through that level, to go through the door.
Okay. And what would be your sort of competitors, I guess? What would be the, have you looked at the Skill Arcade for similar games? Have you seen what people are already making?
Well, there are some games on Skill Arcade which are good, which, some platform games which are well done and developed with design and everything, and there's some of them that I could compete with, so similar ones are puzzle solving platform games. You have to go through enemies and stuff to get through to the next level. There's quite a few on there actually.